Good morning, student. I am your Stephen sir from ICRA English Medium. Today I am going to teach you subject English standard 9 and book will be Moment textbook chapter number 5 The Happy Prince. So today I am going to give you summary of this chapter. It is very interesting chapter. So please pay attention. Standing high above a city is a statue of the Happy Prince. The beautiful statue has sapphire eyes, is covered all over with thin leaves of fine gold, and has a large ruby on the hilt of his sword. One night, as a swallow sets out to join his friends in Egypt and flies over the city, tired from having flown all day, he wonders where he can rest for the night. He sees the statue of the Happy Prince and decides to rest between the statue's feet. Happy with his beautiful place of rest, he prepares to sleep. Just then, a large drop of water falls on him. He looks up to the sky but sees that it is clear it won't rain. However, the drop of water continues to fall on him. The swallow looks up at the statue and realizes that its eyes are full of tears. He is filled with pity. The swallow asks the statue who he is, and the statue says that he is the Happy Prince. The swallow asks him why he is crying. The prince says that when he was alive, he had a human heart. He did not know what sorrow was because it was not allowed to enter his palace. He lived and died in happiness. After he died, his countries placed his statue high above the city, from where he can witness all its ugliness and misery. Even though his heart is made of lead, he cannot help but weep. The Happy Prince says that on a little street far away is a poor house. Through its window, he can see a woman seated at a table. Her hands are red cords and pricked all over by needles because she is a seamstress. She is embroidering flower on a gown for the most beautiful of the queen's maid of honor to wear the court ball. In a corner is a bed upon which lies her little boy who is ill with fever. He asks his mother for oranges, but as she has nothing to give except river water, the boy is crying. He asks the swallow to take the ruby from his sword and give it to the woman. The Happy Prince's sad face moves the swallow and he agrees. He takes the ruby out of the sword and flies over the city past the cathedral of the palace. He sees a beautiful girl come to balcony on the palace with her lover. The swallow hears her say that he hopes her gown with the embroidery flower is ready in time for the ball. She remarks that seamstresses are lazy. When the swallow arrives at the woman's house, he finds that the boy is tossing in the bed with fever and the woman has fallen asleep exhausted. He places the ruby on the table beside the woman's thimble and on his way out fans the boy's forehead with his wings. The boy feels better instantly and goes off to sleep. The swallow flies back to the prince and remarks that he feels quite warm in spite of the cold weather. The prince says that it because he has done a good deed. The swallow then falls asleep. The next day, the swallow goes to the river for a bath, happy at the prospect of going to Egypt that night. He visits all of the city's movements. At moon rises, he goes back to the prince and announces that he is leaving for Egypt. Happy Prince tells the swallow that far away is the city. He sees a young man in a garret leaning over desk covered with paper. There is a bunch of white red flowers in a glass by his desk. The man is trying to complete writing a play for the director of the theater, but he is too cold and hungry to write anymore. The swallow offers to stay one more night to help. The prince asks the swallow to take one of his sapphire eyes from his statue to the man. The man can then sell the sapphire to the jewelry and buy some firewood to keep warm. The swallow is sad to pluck out the prince's eyes but does as he is old. So this was the first part, and second part I will send you soon. Thank you so much.